we started discussing a lot about connections when we were talking about what we wanted for the area. So at the first, a very good thing and positive thing was the cohesion between the people that live there. And we also wanted that this sense of strength and this connection and this link that is so strong inside could go outside this community, not only to the neighborhood or establishing visual connections with the city, but also beyond with the city and even the world. Why not? Because they sell those flip-flops that go to Malaysia. Yeah. And so we started thinking very big. And this can summarize a little our idea, because yes, we want to create those links and those flows of culture, of interactions, but preserving their identity, preserving what they have special there. And these other schemes summarize what we want to show, that we want to merge the community with the outside. And the answer that we found to combine those two is the public space, where the two activities could take place, the community and the outside activity.
So after summarising all that information, we came up with quite a long vision statement. I'll just read it out. The development should aim to promote and preserve community cohesion by translating key cultural features into physical fabric of new built form. The existing dynamics should be considered and connections strengthened at every possibility, with the sea, the view, the surrounding neighbourhood and beyond.
Then we got the SWOT, or the FOFA, as we can say. Then we collected like some strengths, opportunities, weakness, and threats.
So yeah, we just took, these are a few of the key ones. We looked at quite a lot, but these are the ones we thought were the most important. So the strengths we thought were the community life that existed there, their resilience and their ability to adapt, the creativity which existed within the community, and obviously the physical aspect of it, so the location, the view, and so on. The opportunities we thought was the landscape, treasured landscape, the relationship with the sea which exists and which is an opportunity to promote, and the cultural activities which we discussed about already, that exist already within the community.
The weakness, we discussed like the health and the social issues, the informality of the land, the infrastructure and services, and the site constraints. The threats, environmental factors, outside political influences, and loss of cultural identity.
So we ended up in those design actions that reinforce our vision, that is to retain a strong connection with the sea at first, by developing the access between our design and make things physical and a sense of connection, visual connection. Also ensure what we call our surprise visitors. When you were visiting the place, something that really caught our attention was you are walking and everything is so densified, a lot of buildings are around, and then you see through a little hole the amazing vista of the Ponte with the bridge, the sea, and that's something very specific from this place. It's something we can see in other favelas, and we think that this propitiates a urban experience that you can't find in just any place.
It's very rich urban experience.
Visual experience too. So
we want to continue with this dynamic in the new design. So another, just pointing the other actions was the Salon de Festas that not that Shan involved, just to have the place that the community can group and can have the activities, and the others were to merge the grid, because when you are in the formal city, in the planet, you have all these grid that's very square angles, and we have more regular design in the community. So when you merge those things, it make a good new form.
We also looked at materials and things, obviously not in a detailed way, but we think that the materials used for the development should be locally sourced, obviously for sustainability reasons, and also to help translate the visual interest from the existing physical area and the character of the area. And the mature trees which are on the site as well, something we considered and something we would like to try and find a way of retaining as well, because again, that is a positive aspect of the existing character of the site design.
So then we go to the design codes and morphological layers. First is the blue network that we're thinking. So we propose a sea swimming pool to recover their connection to the sea and create a lighter area where they can continue to swim because we have swim lectures, and also to bath by creating a physical barrier in the water that has a ledge, like that picture we have. And also here?
Yeah, and also a pier aspect for them to dock their fishing boats, which may be connected to this in some way. We're aware, obviously, that there's a factor of contamination or pollution at the moment in the water, but reasons to believe that could be a problem that might be solved in recent years. So it could be something that's incorporated into this, and something that we think we can code in the design.
Yeah, like we can use the same structure for the swimming pool, also to dock on the other side.
And when we talk about open space, we have two main open space. We want the first one to be a more public, that invites the neighborhood to appropriate and really use the new area like a permeable site to cross. So, and the second one was the same private communal space that can also be used by the neighborhood, but has a different character. The first one, we want to promote some activities like soccer and more practical activities. Yeah. And the second one could be more internal of the community.
Yeah, we've put there semi-private communal space, which is a bit of a contradiction, but it's because the space, as we said, there should be this space we're talking about, the second one, which is here. This is the buildings, by the way. This is the first open public space. This is the semi-private one, and this will be have a border of the building from the plots around here, but there will also be connections through, which means that because we'll have no barriers around the site, the public can access this area too, but because the buildings will keep it kind of sheltered and make it semi-private for these activities.
So the morphological layers is the blocks, and we decided we have to keep the view as we said before. So we put like the views and the surprise vista that we already called. So the blocks, they should position to face the coastline. So everybody that's there, it's easy because it's like a triangle, and both sides have seaside. But also the surprise vistas, like every time if you can open like position the blocks so you can see the bridge, or maybe you open a hole in the block so you can see the bridge from the internal open space.
And that's to reinforce the permeability aspect that the building has.
Say something more?
Yeah, so that also, the permeability also would be creating a physical network for the site as well, something that we would yeah, so plots, obviously the size of the plots and the style, so we looked at what would be suitable for this site, and yeah, obviously the size of the plot should allow for a building which can accommodate the 300 or 400 people that we need, that need new housing, and the style should be apartment blocks or houses, I think.
And we want to reassure this expansion that they already have. They are continuing reconstructing their architecture. So we thought about a Lego aspect when you everybody cooperate with this building.
So about the building, first we talk about the height. That we agreed that that should be 4 stories high maximum, to use a more human scale. And the bottom, the 3 buildings block, they should avoid the monolithic shape, so it's not that boring. And
we don't want the monolith. And the resilience is to continue with this ability to be reconstructing. So the flat should be able to adapt and grow with different needs. We have a lot of families, but some have like 2 people or some are growing. So we want this flexibility to allow the family to grow and to attend different needs.
And that's also like one of the minus why they didn't want to go to a flat. That's exactly this. Like they were afraid that they were going to go into a flat and they cannot change anything, they cannot expand. So the resilience should be something that's very important for this project.
Yeah, so again with buildings, we think that a number of the buildings should be mixed use on the ground floor. I'm not sure what this is here, but our idea was to have one of the buildings elevated.
It's, I wrote in Portuguese.
Okay.
I didn't know the word in English.
Yeah, so on stilts, yeah. So underneath will be an area for workshops or for other activities for the community. It also then keeps the visual connection and physical connection with the sea.
When you lift the building, you can like look from the street, you can look to the sea. So that's like very beautiful.
And then something else as well that we would circulate in the design code is that balconies should be included and should be allocated at least one story per apartment, because obviously outside space is important for these communities, and it also helps to create a better, safer environment on the ground floor as well.
Yeah,
having
it would
activities.
be on the public space, to be on the street.
Yeah.
Talkings?
For the talkings, because we're seeing this rotation to public space and the common life, so we thought about to bring this up to with green terrace that would urbanize a little more the top of the buildings and create another area more private. So the housing could open to the green roofs and create bridges and connections, also playing with the things that we have told about the different heights and the development that's open. So it's going to be a very dynamic design.
Yeah.
This will allow also to, in the future, the flight could increase to those areas and
The family spaces.
yeah, the family.
Yeah. And a design aspect as well, which I think is important for building facades, is that you should translate some of this, which is a picture, it's bad quality so you can't see it just now. This is actually from inside the existing environment just now. There's a lot of different materials used here. Obviously, they build with what they get, what they can get. But this, I think, also creates visual interest, different patterns, materials, and that's something that we would like to code into a future development. So a range of different materials for the facade and patterns as well is important. You can't see it here, but there's a really interesting pattern in this garden as well.
Play with this different.
You're also going to see the different materials and patterns.
Yeah.
So that's like, that could enhance their identity with the new house.
So that's us.
Thank you.